Hello, growth journeyers. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you're joining me from this afternoon, but it is afternoon in the beautiful city of Port Harcourt. Welcome to Growth Habits with Ngozi. I am your personal guide on the journey of growth. And we have been doing this journey together for about a year now. Awesome. Honestly, it still seems like a joke, like a story. But for 1 year now, we have been doing growth habits. And I'm so glad to have each and every one of you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you join, please do let me know where you are joining me from. Let me know where you're joining me from. I need to just quickly check if I'm audible. We just need to quickly check that. Yes. Please do let me know as soon as you join. Do let me know. Do let me know that you have joined me and that you can hear me. All right. So this is Growth Habits with Ngozi, and as I always say, I am your personal guide on the journey of growth. Okay, just enough. I said I was going to check if I'm audible, and I did not check. Yes. I did not check. Okay, let me see. Let me just check on my laptop. Journey of growth. Awesome. So yes, I can see that I'm audible. Yes. Welcome once again to Growth Habits with Ngozi. And as I said, I'm your personal guide on the journey of growth. I don't just lead you on the journey of growth. I actually go on the journey of growth with you. I walk the walk with you. I don't just do the talk. I walk the walk with you. So once again, welcome to Growth Habits with Ngozi. We just concluded a series on work-life balance. That series was just awesome. You can always go back and watch the sessions, or you can go to our YouTube page, Growth Habits with Ngozi on YouTube, and subscribe, and you will have all the sessions there. Because you know that Facebook only keeps these sessions for a certain time. After that time, they delete the live sessions. So you can always go to YouTube, Growth Habits with Ngozi, and you can catch all our sessions, all the short sessions we do, the ones we do live, the recorded sessions that I post on Thursdays. Everything will be there on the YouTube channel. So welcome once again to Growth Habits with Ngozi. This starting from today, and I think till the end of the month of May, I want to believe that we'll be able to carry it that far. We are going to be doing what I call Growth Chronicles. And that is where people will come and share their journey of growth. And I believe that in sharing this journey, their story of growth, how they grew in different aspects of life, in different areas of life, someone will be, helped, because you will see yourself in someone else's journey for sure. You will find yourself in another person's journey. You'll be able to find the help you need. Something someone says will resonate with you and will help you through your own journey of growth. And we are going to start today with my own journey of growth. Yes, I decided to start it myself. Because, it's one thing to tell people about growth, and it's another thing to show people how you have grown. So today I will be sharing with us how I've grown in different areas. But see, the thing about growth, as I've always told us, is that growth is continuous. It's a process. It keeps going. Once you stop growing, know that, the end is near. Just know it. The end is near if you stopped growing. So it is a process that has to keep going. And for me personally, I've grown in different areas, honestly, and at different stages. That's another thing about growth. It's not just, growth in one dimension. There are different dimensions. And I will share a few of the dimensions of growth for me personally in my own personal life. I will share a couple of them with us today. Then from um, upper week, okay, next week we will not be live next week. I don't think so. But if there's a change, I will let us know. From the upper week, I'll bring others that will share with you their journeys of growth, what they did, what propelled them, what was the motivation, what was the push, what made it possible for them to continue, what, everything. They will just share with you from their heart how they grew and what propelled that growth. The people that I will bring, let me just say, they are not the normal people probably. Maybe you've not even met any of them. You may have, you may not have, but they are people that I've seen grow. There are people that I've seen, move from one level to another. There are people that I have personally seen. They might not necessarily be my friends per se. Some of them are, but there are people that I have watched over time and I have seen their progression. I have seen their growth. It is remarkable. It is remarkable what some of the people that will be coming in future sessions have been able to achieve. With quite a number of them are young people. Yes, quite a number of them are young people. And it's intentional that I chose those young people to come and share their stories of growth. Is intentional. So that is from in 2 weeks' time, from the 16th. Okay. But like I said, today I will share my own journey of growth. And I will start with growth in, my personal life first. I got married very young, very, very young, very young. Now, honestly, when I sit back now and consider, I'm like, how did I get married so early? Why did I even get married so early? But I'm not regretting it one bit, but truly I married quite early. And I married with the mindset, because that was how we were brought up, that, as a mother, when you get married, you take care of your family, take care of your husband, take care of your children, take care of your household, take care of everything. I didn't even realize I should take care of myself. To be very honest, I did not. And I grew with that mindset and I got married and I began to have children. And now, as I sit back and look back, I realize that I actually entered marriage not knowing fully what to expect from marriage. But you see, I also tell us, I'm sure you might have heard me say this severally, there is nothing that we cannot learn from. The mistakes, the errors, the missteps, you must be able to learn from it. If you're not able to learn from the things that happen to you, the things that happen around you, that is when you have a problem to me. That is when you're stagnant, you're not growing. But once you're able to learn from the things that happen to you, from the situation on ground, from whatever, then you are making progress. Okay, so I got married, and like I said, quite early, and I'm not sure I really knew all it meant to be married, all it meant to be a wife, all it meant to be a mother. And truly, I learned on the job, as they say. I learned on the job. I learned what it meant to be married. I learned what it meant to be a mother on the job. As each situation was coming up, I was learning from it and moving on. And one thing about my marriage is that when I married into a crowd. I don't know. There were people in my house. There were people in my house. I don't know how many people got married and you already had people. Most times the marriage is just you and your husband, so you take time, get to know each other. That phase did not exist for me. I married and there were people in the house. And I had to learn quickly how to deal with people. I had to learn it quickly. And some of these people were my seniors. So it's not even like maybe we have more younger people in my house. So, you can say, my friend, go and get this for me, or do this for me, or do the other. I had some people in the house that were my seniors. So I had to learn, and I had to learn quickly how to deal with people. So that is the first stage of growth for me. I learned how to deal with every kind of person possible. I had all kinds of people, really, different temperaments, different ways of thinking, different upbringings, different everything. And I had to learn how to deal with each and every one. And I also learned one very important lesson, and that is how to keep quiet. It sounds strange, it sounds funny, but I learned how to keep quiet. I've always been a quiet person. That is how my mother gave birth to me. I don't talk too much. But having all the people that I had in my house who were not necessarily related to me personally, who were not people that I knew beforehand, made me learn the beauty of quietness, how to not respond to everything. The people that lived with me then can testify. They can tell you that even if the house is falling apart, that's the girls that were in the house, they're having an argument inside the room. Because I always say, please, I don't care if you're having a misunderstanding amongst yourself, let it remain in the room. Don't bring it out to my parlor for me. Because can you imagine having girls, a little above teenage girls living in your house? There must be quarrel. There must be issues. There must be problems. It must be there. You would be deceiving yourself to think there won't be. There were. And I'm sure many of them think I didn't know that there were issues. Since I never reacted, I am sure many of them felt maybe she's not aware, maybe she doesn't know that there were issues, but I knew. But one thing, that's your argument, that's your issue, people will be settle it inside the room. Do not bring it and come to the parlor for me. Do not. So I had to learn, honestly, quickly, how to deal with people. And that was the first, for me, step of growth. I've been growing all this while. Of course, I went to school, I met people, but those people are in school. You meet people, but it's for 1 year. You change hostel, you meet a different set of people. Highest 4 years for the people who are maybe your classmates. But you know that after 4 years or after 1 year, my business with these people have actually ended. If I choose to continue the relationship, that's different. But these ones are people who are in my house, and I cannot say how long they will be there. I cannot say that in the next 1 year they'll be gone. I could not say that in the next 5 years they'll be gone. So I had to learn the beauty of quietness, of not responding to everything. That was the first level of growth for me. Because, yes, like I said, I'm a quiet person. But what to say, what to do, I know it. I know what to say. I know what to do. I know how to deal with that situation, the way that everybody everywhere will scatter. I know it. But I had to learn to keep quiet. I had to learn the beauty of quietness. I had to learn the beauty of calmness of spirit and of heart. I learned it. That was, will I say, level 1 of growth. I learned it. I learned how when somebody upsets me, to settle it within myself first. Forgive the person in advance before ever dealing with it as per, I need to call this person out. See, it helped me by the time if I ever call you out, if I ever have to have a discussion with you over what you did, I am calm. There will be no quarrel. Because I have settled it inside me first. If I ever have to correct you in something that you did wrong, I am correcting you with the utmost peace inside. So there cannot be quarrel. Unless you are just a quarrelsome person. I had some of them. There are some that were just quarrelsome people. Even when you are correcting them calmly, they are taking offense. They are trying to do too much. But, like I said, I learned the beauty of quietness. I learned the beauty of calmness of spirit. So that was really my first level of growth. And it came at me fast. It came at me fast. As I said, I married into a crowd. People were already in the house. And you know, some people, when you get married, you send everybody away. We did not send anybody away. Everybody that was there remained. Some even came and joined. So I learned quickly. That is a sign of growth. When you're able to learn quickly from situations and not allow the situations to overwhelm you. You can imagine that that is a situation that ordinarily should overwhelm a 20-something-year-old girl. It should overwhelm any person ordinarily. But I refused to be overwhelmed. Honestly, I chose not to be overwhelmed. And my husband also was just, the perfect support system. Because, if most of the people were either related to him in one way or the other, somehow. So he dealt with the discipline issues if there was any. If there was any need for him to, talk to anybody, if somebody was truly, truly getting out of hand, he's the one that would deal, not me. Because you know what usually happens in families is that if the woman comes at the husband's brother, the husband's sister, the husband's cousin, it becomes that she's a wicked person. We don't even realize that, this woman has been put under pressure. We don't cut the wife any slack. It's our way of life in this part of the world. We don't cut the wife any slack. So from early, I decided that I would not deal directly with any of the issues. That is the one that was just too much. Of course, the little sparks here and there, I could deal with those ones, no problem. But anyone that overwhelmed me, I would call my husband, tell him, and expect him to handle that person. If it's something he needed to call the person, give them a piece of his mind, he did it. It was never me. It was never me. So that helped a lot. It helped a lot. Now, when my own people once in a while would come in, if they misbehave, my husband will send me. It is me that will go and talk to that person because, it's my brother, it's my sister. I know them better. Just like in his own case, this is your person, this is your cousin, this is your brother, this is your sister. You should understand their character. You should understand how to deal with them. So the few times my own person would come, if you misbehaved, it is me that will sit you down and correct you. So that's really helped me later in life. See, this is the thing about growth. Anything you learn in the process of growth, if you truly, truly learned the lesson of that action, of that activity, of that crisis, or whatever it is, if you truly, truly learned the lesson, you will see it help you in future, in probably unrelated circumstances. By the time I began to work at a more senior level in the offices, the things I learned dealing with all these myriads of people in my house helped me then. My ability to deal with all the different characteristics, to be able to understand where each person was coming from, to be able to know how to deal with each person individually, and at the same time deal with everybody together, helped me. So by the time, I was now in mid management, supervisory level in the office, I knew how to deal with people. I knew how to settle, in quotes, issues. I knew how to talk to people and get them to do probably, basically what I want them to do without creating issues, without, creating skirmishes and such. So that was, like I said, my first level of growth, being able to manage that household of people. At a point, I think I had up to 20 or so people in my house, and only 3 of them at that point were my children. So you can imagine, at that time, only 3 of the people were my children, and there were like 20 people in the house. So it really, really, really helped me out, because I chose to take the lessons from it. Another person could be in exactly the same situation, and every day they're settling quarrel. Every day there is a fight. Oh, you see somebody, I have a witness. 26 people have a witness here. 26. You can imagine. You can imagine. So it helped me truly. By the time I was now in management positions, when people are having issues in my office, they come to me because they know I will listen and I will sort it out without anybody feeling, oh, this judgment went against me. That is a big skill. That is a big skill, to be able to settle quarrels and nobody comes out of there feeling like a loser. So that was one skill I learned from having people in my house from day one. Honestly, somebody came to my house some months back and pressed the bell, of course, and I came and answered the door. And she was like, why are you answering the door? Because before, when I have 26 people, why would I answer the door? Somebody else would have gone to answer that door. So she was like, why are you the one coming to answer the door? I said, because there's nobody else here. She was taken aback. Taken aback, because right now it's just me and my husband in the house. She was shocked to her core that there is nobody in this house. You mean, Ngozi, there is nobody in your house? I said, there is nobody. It's just me and my husband. So it taught me people management. And I grew quickly. In fact, I grew so quickly in people management that even me, I surprised myself. I surprised myself. But once again, it was an intentional thing. I did not come into the situation and just, if you give me, I give you back. No. If you look for my trouble, I give you my own. No. I learned to be quiet a lot. And yes, some people will take advantage of that quietness. Just know it. I knew it, that some people would take full advantage of the fact that I was quiet. But see, I wasn't doing it for them. I was doing it for me. I was doing it for me. So I learned people management. That was the first level of growth. And it's helped me, as I said, by the time I began to be in mid-management, top management in companies. I think I've told us this story before, where one of the places I worked, I was told to go because I was a mother to everybody. It sounds funny. Even till today, I laugh at it, because when it happened, I was so confused. When I was called into the MD's office and I was told, we will have to let you go. And I'm like, in my head, what did I do wrong? I've been doing very well. He said, Madam, you are a mother to everybody. You are mothering, as in being a mother to everybody in this office. And right now, that is not what I am looking for. So and what brought this up was the fact that my birthday came up, and the celebration was like, you would think I was the MD of that company. You would think I was the MD of that company. The way everybody, they did a surprise party. And the MD's birthday had come and, basically, yes, we recognized it, but there was just a different feel to it. I think that was what was at the back. I think that was how they put it, the straw that broke the camel's back. So I learned early to deal with different kinds of people, because I made up my mind that I would not be, why would this situation overcome me? Another person would have come into this exact same situation, and every day there will be fights. Every day there will be quarrel, because 26 people, imagine, adults. We're not talking about children. No. None of these people were 10, 11. No. Like I said, some of the people were my seniors. But we lived in this house and nobody had heard our voice outside. Nobody heard that, even the people that were quarreling in the room, it was in the room. It was in the room the quarrels were happening. It didn't come out to the parlor. And that I also learned in that period, introspection. I learned how to sit with myself and talk to myself. I learned how to sit with myself and think about, okay, this situation that's happened, what really caused it? What really caused it? Was it me? Is there anything I did that contributed to this thing happening, whatever it was at that point in time? I learned introspection. Aside from learning how to be quiet at critical moments, when fire is about to burn the whole house down, I douse it with quietness. Quietness. I pour chilled water upon that fire. I also learned introspection. And that introspection helped me so much. I don't even know how to quantify. The ability to sit down at the end of the day, at the end of the week, whatever, and review all that happened and figure out, what did I do wrong? Forget the other person. Forget what the other person did wrong. In this period of introspection, it's not about what the other person did wrong. It's about what you did. Whether, it's something you did to cause it, even if you didn't do anything that should have caused this crisis or this situation to arise. What did you do as a result of it? What was your reaction? These were the things I learned in that period. I learned introspection. I would sit myself down and figure out, okay, so this and this happened. This and this are the things that gave rise to it. This and this is what I should have done differently. And I applied immediately. I don't just introspect and leave it. I would apply the learnings I received by myself immediately. So from there, I moved on, had my children, raised everybody. Now, everybody is grown. All the children are grown. I don't want to go into the children raising aspect because that is a whole, I don't even think I have enough time. But, the children are all grown. And I moved into another phase of life, which is the phase of life that I'm in now. That is the empty nest time. You see, I've jumped a whole bulk of things. I've jumped from beginning right up to present. This empty nest period, oh my Father. When people talk about empty nest before, I would be like, oh yes, it's something, it happens, but what is the big deal? Because I felt I'm used to being by myself. In the midst of people, I'll be alone. People will be all around me and I'd have no idea what they are doing. Because at that point, I chose to listen to my inner self, my times of introspection. So I could be in the midst of people having a discussion and they're discussing, and honestly, I'm not part of that discussion. So I felt emptiness would be a breeze for me. I'm used to my own company. I know how to sit in the midst of people I pick up a book and I'm reading my book, and the television is on and people are having a discussion beside me and a lot of things are happening and I'm reading my book and I am concentrating on my book. I could do that. So to me, empty nest would be a breeze. What is there? What is it? Until I landed in the middle of empty nest and I was alone with my thoughts. And my own emptiness kind of coincided with also not working. So maybe if I was still working and having the empty nest, it would have been different. But I was in the midst of my empty nest and I'm not going to work. Honestly, it was a challenge. Yes. Well, welcome, Pastor Grace Kelvin. Also, I saw you before. I wanted to say welcome, but I got carried away with your contributions. Welcome, also. So I was like, is this what they mean by empty nest? Is this what it is all about? I was alone with my thoughts. I was alone with, and my thoughts began to overwhelm me. This quietness that I've always craved. Which one? Grace, you said this is what you want to learn. Which one? Let me know. Is it the being able to keep quiet? Okay, just let me know so that maybe I will give you a few tips. Yes, emptiness and boredom also, it was real. It was real. The house was empty. There was nobody making any noise. At least before there were people making noise. Even when all the 26 people had, grown, married, and left. Because I think all of them, yes, they're all married. And I don't know anyone that's not married now. They've all married, both male and female. These 26 people were both male and female living in my house. They have all married. The girls are all married. The boys are all married, raising their children, living there. Okay, I think one is not yet married, if I remember well now. But he's a man. So, for men, it's okay, I guess. That's our own. That's the way we see it in this part of the world. So the emptiness and boredom is real. Oh, okay. Yes. Grace. It's not easy. If I tell you it is easy to be able to, in the midst of noise, focus on something and just, it's not easy. But I had to learn it because, like I said, from day one I came into my husband's house, there were people. They were people. Different kinds of people. So I had to teach myself how to tune out external noise. I had to teach myself. It's something I just keep doing until you perfect. There is no magic to it. There is no magic. I already loved to read. So I started with reading. I started with picking up a book and reading. In the midst of the television is on, people are having discussions. So I will pick up my book and begin to read my book. And over time, I was able to perfect the act of focusing, even in the midst of my light has gone off. I wonder what happened. I don't know. Is that right? Well, we'll manage the one that is on. Okay, it's back. Hey, it's gone again. Something is happening to the light. I don't know. It's going up and on. Okay, let's see if it can come on. Oh, wow. Oh, I can see what is happening. It's from the connection, from the plug. Okay. Well, I will use the one that is on. I can't even. All right. It has come on and now it has decided to go down by itself. The things we see, the light is on and it has decided to come all the way down by itself. It's okay. It's all right. So let me try. Please just give me a minute. Let me try and adjust this light. Okay. Okay, I think we are okay now. Yes, let's manage it like this. I don't think I can get it better than this for now. So that was it. So as I said, it takes. All right. Okay. So it takes effort. It takes effort. I have to tell you the truth. That's the only, you just have to keep practicing until you perfect it. It takes effort. So I learned that focus. I learned how to deal with multitude of people. I learned how to deal with multitude of people all at the same time, all at the same time, all at the same time. And now I am learning how to deal with boredom. Boredom is a big deal. A big deal. Is a big deal. I never thought, honestly, I never thought I would be bored. Because like I said, I know how to entertain myself by myself. I know how to entertain myself by myself. But at least before, when I'm tired, in quote, of entertaining myself by myself, there was somebody else to talk to. But now, there is nobody. So if I'm tired of my company, I have to continue. I just have to continue with my own company. There's nobody else to talk to. My husband would have gone to work and I'm just sitting. And before I used to love to watch television, but now I have no interest in watching television. I can't even explain it. I can sit and the TV is on and I don't know what is showing. Honest, the other day, somebody came to my house and the television was on and it was showing one program. And the person assumed that I was sitting there, that I was watching the program. And she asked me, "Oh, Amma, so what is this?" I'm like, eh? She said, "The television, the program you're watching, what is it about?" I said, "Program." I'm not watching the program. The TV is just here to make noise. Because I need noise. I need noise in this house. The TV is just here to make noise. I have no idea what the television was showing. So this is the next level of growth for me. Being able to manage the boredom, being able to manage the quietness without allowing it, yes, background noise, without allowing it to get to me. You know that is very easy. It's very easy to lose your mind, in quote, when everywhere, you have no one to talk to. It's so easy. We hear people talk of depression. We hear people, this is where it comes from. This is one of the ways that you can become completely depressed. And this is where another thing that I learned some years back has come in to help me. I learned some years back how to have discussions with the Holy Spirit. Even in the midst of people being around, this is where that has helped me now. Because when I now become bored with talking to myself, I sit down, I'm like, God, okay, what's next? Because I've finished doing all the thinking that my brain can do. I have thought all the thoughts. What next? Tell me what next. And he begins to, give me ideas. That is what has helped me in this season of my life. Yes, depression and anxiety. It is real. It is real. And I know that that is not being able to manage like quietness, not being able to manage boredom, not being able to manage being alone is one of the things that can bring depression and anxiety. Is one of the things. So I've learned once again, something I learned before is coming now to help me. I talk to the Holy Spirit a lot now, unlike before. I do it a lot now. I've gone back to my reading of books. Because it's something that helped me before. I've gone back to reading. Now, the only thing that's now, I listen to the books more than just reading from a book. It's so difficult these days to get books, hard copy. So I've learned how to have the books on my phone and listen to them. That is something that is also helping me through this period. I've learned how to journal. Now I'm going to do shameless plug now. Shameless plug. They say carry your market for head. I am carrying my market on my head now. My journal and the accompanying workbook, they are ready for pre-order. Yes, shameless plug. Ready for pre-order. I will paste once I finish with this live. I'm going to paste the pre-order link on Seller. You can pre-order the journal and you can pre-order the accompanying book for the journal. Very soon, it will be live on Amazon also, and you can go ahead and order if you want the hard copies from Amazon. Yeah, so like I said, shameless plug. Carry your market for head. I've learned how to journal. I've learned how to write down. Okay, don't worry, so you will get it. I've learned how to write down what I'm feeling. You know, when I tell us that this journey of growth, I don't just teach it. I am going that journey with you. I've learned how to write down what I'm feeling. I've learned how to feel my feelings without judgment. I've learned how to analyze what I am feeling at this moment. What am I feeling first? Why am I feeling it? I've learned how to do it without judgment. I'm not now saying, oh, this is a good feeling. Oh, this is a bad feeling. No. Why am I feeling it? What gave rise to it? Should I be feeling it? Is it trying to take up from some kind of gap existing somewhere? These are the things that have helped me. These are the things that have helped me. Journaling, writing down, feeling your feelings. My Nigerian people, I want to get a little bit of water. Just a second. Remember when we talked about hydration? See my water. Remember when we talked about hydration? I told you I don't talk. I do. I talk and I do. The things I teach you, I also do. See my bottle of water full of cucumber and mint leaves. Just in case you're like me, you don't like the taste of regular water. You see how you can flavor your water without adding all these chemicals and what have you. So look at it. Hydration, stay hydrated, especially in this heat. The heat is something else in Nigeria right now. Drink your water. Okay. Yes. So journal. That is what brought me to this place. Journaling. If you're not good with writing with hand, pencil, paper, on book, pen, use your phone. Your phone has notes. Your phone has, journal. Do you know you can have an audio journal? That is, you just record your feelings, say it out on your phone, record it, save it in a folder on your phone that you can lock. No, we don't realize we have these things. You can record your feelings, an audio journal, save it in a folder that you password, so that not everybody that can open it and listen to the things you have put in there. So if you're not someone that's into writing, like pen on paper, and you're also not into typing on the phone keypad is too small for you, do an audio journal. It is so refreshing. It is so refreshing. I cannot tell you all the benefits of just putting your feelings down without judgment. You're not judging whether the feeling is right or wrong yet. You're just putting down, this is how I'm feeling. And then you're asking yourself, why am I feeling this way? And you begin to reason out why you're feeling this way. I'm feeling, I'm anxious. I'm feeling irritated. Why? I'm feeling irritated because I'm all alone. See, sometimes, it's not the devil. Sometimes it's not your village people. Sometimes it's just you're sitting down and asking yourself questions. Asking yourself questions. So suddenly I notice that everything anybody does irritates me. Suddenly I notice that I am talkative more than normal. Not talkative if I'm teaching. No. Talkative, I'm just talking, both what I should and what I shouldn't. Why? I sit back down. In my time of journaling, Ngozi, you have become very, very irritable. What's happening? Is it really that the thing that person did is something that is very irritating? Is it really what the issue was? That really the issue? Or is it that you're finding it difficult to deal with being alone? You're finding it difficult to deal with empty nest syndrome? These are the questions I ask myself. And by the time I ask this one too, I know the answer. I know that it's not that that person was really irritated. Yes, the person may have done something that is, irritating in quotes, but not enough to elicit the reaction it elicited from me. See the point? Not enough. Then I realized that it's because I am dealing with boredom. I'm dealing with quietness that is beyond the normal. I'm dealing with emptiness syndrome. I'm dealing with menopause. These are the things that are the cause. When I realized this, in that my time of journaling, writing down or putting it, recording it on my phone. See, this discussion I'm telling you now, I put my phone recorder and I'm having this discussion. I'm saying it out. I'm hearing myself say these things to myself. Aside from the, what we do when we are talking to the Holy Spirit and we are getting ideas and insight from Him, aside from that, there is a need to sit down and put these things down. So as I ask myself these questions, I begin to understand certain things. I begin to see that, the problem is, like some years back, the problem was I was going in the middle of menopause when other people ordinarily are not having menopause. I had very early onset menopause. In my 40s, early 40s, was early onset menopause. So the hot flushes were getting to me, everything. But initially, I did not connect it. So when I realized that the problem was early onset menopause, not that people are very irritated now, I dealt with the issue from the source, from the root. I dealt with the symptoms of menopause that was causing me to overreact. I became calm again. Now that I'm in this season of, empty nest, I realize that it's not that people are becoming, a topic on premenopause and menopause. Okay, once we are done with the Growth Chronicles, help me remember, we'll talk about premenopause and menopause. It's really very, very important. A lot of us women are going through it and we don't realize the effects on our body, on our emotions, and we are attributing the things happening to us to something else. So I will take note of that also and we will talk about it. So I realized that, this period also, there are some things happening in my emotions because of where I am right now. See, I can now deal with those things dispassionately because emotions in quote are not involved. I'm not judging my emotions. It's not about judging your emotions. It's about knowing why you're feeling them first. When you know why you're feeling what you're feeling, to deal with it becomes easier. And you can now deal with it dispassionately. Very important. Dispassionately. Because when we are dealing with our emotions, with emotions attached, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You're dealing with your feelings and you're having preconceived notions because you think this is a bad feeling to have. You can't adequately deal with that feeling. When you realize that, I am more irritable now because I am dealing with boredom, I can now sit back, how do I be less bored? What can I do to be less bored? What can I do to fill up the space? For example, I mentioned putting the television on just to have background noise. Very It seems so, just that, but it worked for me. Because I am used to noise in my house. And I am, remember that I told you that in the midst of noise, I can focus. But now there's no noise. Do you see? Now there is no noise. All these years I was married, from the first day I married, there was always noise around me, some kind of noise. And I got used to focusing in the midst of noise. And then you take away the noise. And initially I was confused. I could no longer think properly. I couldn't even focus because there is no more noise. I don't know if you people understand where I'm coming from. I had to now sit down, like I said, and figure out why I was going through what I was going through. And it was because I noticed that suddenly my house is too quiet. It's too quiet. Yes, I enjoy quietness, but it was now too quiet. So I would put the television on for background noise. Stacy, you want to take us? We want to take us where we don't want to go for today. Let me just finish this train of thought. I will just tell us a few things about the symptoms, some of the major signs of menopause. I am no doctor, please. I am no doctor. But some of the things that I notice personally, I will just share with us a few of it. So, like I was saying, because I could deal with my feelings dispassionately, I could allow myself to deal with why am I feeling what I'm feeling. Okay, also learn how to deal with the outside quietness. Yes, I had conquered the inside quietness. My inside was quiet. But there was, yes, outside noise, always. For me, it might not be your own situation. I was now struggling with dealing with outside quietness, if you can imagine. And because I sat down and allowed myself to figure out what was making me irritable, because those were the things I began to notice. Small thing, I'm angry, I'm upset. Small thing, you say, I want to give back, which is unlike me. I want to give you back in the same way you gave me. I started to know that this is not you, but what is happening to you. I sat down. I began to write down the things that I'm feeling. What am I feeling? I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. Like I said, journal, feeling this way, feeling this way. And then I asked myself, why are you feeling this way? See this question, why? It is so important for us to always ask ourselves the whys, especially of our feelings. Why are you feeling what you are feeling? And I have to emphasize doing this without attaching good or bad to what you're feeling. That does not mean there are some things you're feeling that are not good. No, but initially, in this time of assessment, don't assign goodness or badness to what you're feeling first. Pardon my English, goodness and badness, but don't attach it. Don't attach anything. Just, why am I feeling it? And when you work it out in your head, why you are feeling what you're feeling, you can now ask, okay, so how do I take care of it? And you will find that you will have the solutions. By this time, you can attach emotion of, okay, that was not a good way to feel. You can at this time, because you have actually gotten to the core of it. You can now say this was not a good way to feel, but I've dealt with it. But if you had, at that initial time you're feeling it, attach goodness or badness to the feeling you're having, you won't be able to deal with it dispassionately. You won't be able. So, let me just quickly mention a few signs of menopause, especially like I said, we will take time and deal with premenopause and menopause in a session. Okay, I also says, if not, you become judgmental. Yes, and it defeats the purpose of introspection. True. Introspection, you have to do it dispassionately. honestly, you lose all the value from it when you judge the feelings first. Judge the feelings afterwards. When you have, pieced it into its different parts and figured out the root causes of the feelings. Once you have done that and found solutions self, if possible, you can attach. If you want to judge it at that time. But don't judge it at that time you're doing the introspection. It loses the value, honestly. It just loses the value. Okay, just a few things that are quick. I'm just going to mention some quick signs of menopause. One, of course, is that your menstrual flow slows down or stops. It becomes, maybe if you used to be very regular, it becomes quite irregular and stops. You're going into menopause. You have hot flushes. Is it flushes or they call it flashes? I think it's hot flashes, they call it. But it feels like hot flushes. You would just stay and suddenly it's like heat. It's just all over your body. You just feel like somebody just started it can start from your legs up, heat. And your whole body is hot and you're sweating, as in sweating. Or it might start from your head down. Just suddenly from nowhere, you're sitting in an air-conditioned room. That's the one that used to take me out. You're sitting in an air-conditioned room. Suddenly from nowhere, you're hot from your head to your toe. And you're sweating. Hot flashes. That is one of the symptoms of menopause. For some people, they begin to experience insomnia. That is, they can't sleep well at night. That did not happen to me. I slept perfectly well. But another thing that happened to me is the irritability. I suddenly could not deal with things I used to deal with before. I had quick mood swings. 1 minute I'm fine. The next minute I'm irritated by every single thing. As in every single thing. So that is one of the symptoms of menopause. Another is night sweats. That is, you just break out in sweat at night. You're sweating profusely at night. So these are a few of the symptoms of menopause for Stacy that asked. Like I said, later on we will do full sessions on premenopause and menopause so that we can understand what it means for the women and also for the men to know what is happening to your wife, so they don't begin to, because what happens is that some men don't understand what is happening in the woman at that time, and they just attack your feelings, in quote. You're getting irritable, they just hit you, bang, bang. What is wrong with you? Are you okay? They don't realize that something is happening inside that's making you irritable or that's making you have the mood swings. Okay, so that is a summary of my growth journey. I didn't talk about everything. There are other steps, there are other aspects of growth that I have gone through, but I just felt I should share these few ones that I don't know who it will help, but it will help someone. These are the few levels or aspects of growth that I have undergone personally. And remember that, yes, for the men to give support, exactly. So growth can be in different levels. It can be in different aspects of life. It can be in different areas of life. Just ensure that each level of growth, you utilize it to the best, to the most. Don't allow any season to pass in your life and you've not drawn out all the lessons from that season. No. If you do that, you're not growing fully. You're not growing fully. So don't allow any season of your life to pass and you've not, extracted all the lessons of that season. I gave us examples of, my early years of marriage, the lessons I learned from that time. I applied them by the time I began to be in middle management, senior management positions at work. Because I extracted the lessons from that season of life, I could apply it later on. And even some of the lessons from that time, I'm still applying them till now. Because I took note of that season and I tried to extract all the lessons from that season of life. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Thank you for joining me. And for those that will also watch the replay, thank you. I hope I've been able to pass across a little bit of my journey to you. I hope I've been able to impact or inspire you in one way or the other. Maybe you're going through similar time. Maybe you're going through similar situation. Just honestly ensure that that season of your life does not pass without your extracting all the lessons. All the lessons. Because, there's one thing I've also noticed. Let me close with this. Any lesson you don't learn now, you will repeat it later. It's not, when I say you repeat, it might not be exactly the same situation, but because you have not learned the lesson included now in this particular situation, something in future will come up that will contain those same lessons you were meant to have learned yesterday. Because if it's to learn that lesson, you have to. In life, to move ahead, the lessons of each season, you will learn them. Either you learn them now or you learn them later. So it's better you learn them now while you're in the season. It's better to learn them now. It helps you more than when you have to learn them later. When, maybe you are no longer as young as you used to be. You are no longer, a lot of other things have happened. So try your best. Do your best. Remember to journal. Remember to write down. Remember to allow yourself to feel your feelings. Remember to have a time of introspection, of just feeling, why am I having these feelings? And understanding why you're having the feelings without judging the feelings first. You can judge them afterwards if you really have to. So thank you so much for joining me today on Growth Habits with Ngozi. Remember that I'm your personal guide on the journey of growth. And please, as I put the link, go and pre-order my journal and the attendant workbook. Do I call it a workbook? Because you can actually read the workbook in quotes by itself and journal somewhere else. You actually can do that and journal somewhere else. Or you buy them together, use the journal to write down the things that are prompted in your heart as you read they are quite short write-ups for each of the days. It's structured for a 31-day period, but the journal has extra pages. You can use it for 31 days this month. 3 months later, you pick up that attendance accompanying book, go through it again, because newer things, as you go through it each time, you will have new things that you feel you need to journal, that you feel you need to write in your journal. So once I put up the pre-order, please run to seller and pre-order it. That's if you want the hard copy. If it's just the soft copy, once the Amazon link is ready, I will send it out to us again, and we can order and get the soft copy of the Unleash Your Best Self. Remember, you helped me pick the cover, but because there was a tie, yes, let me tell us this. There was a tie between the two covers. We decided to do a kind of combination of both covers. One of the cover had a tree, the other one had butterflies. A lot of people liked the butterflies. A lot of people also liked the tree with all the attendant, stories of what each one invoked. We decided to have a tree that had butterflies flying out of the tree. So we combined the two covers to get the cover for the book and for the journal. So please patronize me. Go to the seller page I will put up pre-order the book if you want the hard copy of the book, which will come out towards the end of this month of April. So pre-order, pay. Once it comes out, you will get the book sent to you. If you want just the e-copy, please exercise patience. Once the yes, I know you liked the butterfly. Once the e-copy, the Amazon is set up, I will send out the link also. You can also purchase through Amazon and get the e-copy. You can also purchase the hard copy from Amazon by that time, but know that you pay in foreign currency. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Remember to follow us on all our social media handles: YouTube, Growth Habits with Ngozi; TikTok, Growth Habits with Ngozi; Instagram, Growth Habits with Ngozi. It has been a pleasure to share with you today. In the coming weeks, I will bring other people to come and share their journey of growth, how they have. Oh, you can pre-order. Yes, Ozo, you can pre-order if you want. You can pre-order, yes. I'm paying Naira. The pre-order is, you can even pay in foreign currency actually, but you can pre-order, yes. I will put the link. I will even send it to you personally if you want. So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. It's been my pleasure to share my journey of growth. This Growth Chronicles will metamorphosize Growth Chronicles itself into a podcast. Yes, that's the plan. We'll have a podcast where people come on and share their journey of growth. Once that is all set, I will also let us know. I think it will be hosted on Spotify, but I will get the details out to us once that aspect is ready. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Remember to make today count, be valuable, and grow in every aspect of life. Thank you and have an awesome day. Bye.